I've got Apprentice on the call. It is Saturday, but don't really matter. Start on the daily now. This is interesting. Down, there's a lot of executions.
Okay.
So on the daily, obviously since Monday, okay, and this is the main logic why I was bullish today, was because since Monday we had the high of the week. Now this was a very non-artificial high of the week, which also made low of the week, but yeah, we had a very non-artificial high of the week due to the stock market crash. This is what you call
Be
a
artificial.
liquidity void. A volume imbalance is not the same as a liquidity void. Liquidity void is this, what you see here, and a volume imbalance is where you still see a wick, but the bodies are different. So yeah, we had a big liquidity void up here. But the main reason that I was bullish, if we go on to here, have I even got a magnet on? Wait. Also, I like being in full screen. It's kind of nice. Just makes me fully lock in. So I had the current high of the week marked on my charts, and if we actually go and look, we took out current high of the week. Thursday. Well, technically it's Friday's daily candle. I think this is also different on my actual broker because I'm pretty sure we actually took it closer. Let me check. But essentially, usually we have Friday CB. Yeah, here it is. So this is the high week daily right here. We only take that at 10. So at 10, I was completely bullish, seeking a new high. Also marking out high time frame draws and liquidity. I also want to mention this key area here. So I was watching a Flux video, and he said that sometimes you can get a bias from what price doesn't do, because it can show strong or weak markets. Hence this right here. The fact we failed to take London lows shows strong market for bullish. Now this is also there's no difference in this. This is still a bullish CLP regardless, but the point is we made a swing low and didn't take the low of the day. Well, London low. So that shows a strong market for bullish. So that's kind of like one
It's still
confluence.
with though.
No, we didn't, bro. Look.
Oh my bad.
So yeah, that's kind of like when you're trying to build a bias and a narrative. Obviously, we do this anyways. But yeah, this was like kind of one part of the bias. Second part of the bias, which actually this one had to come first, and then this one was relevant. The fact that we took out and made a new high of the week on today's candle, meaning Friday's high of the week, we're likely to see Friday continue upwards and make that high of the week. Now, if you actually see, we missed my alert by like a point, like my top tick alert for this gap, but on ES we pretty much top tick the TP. But essentially, I won't get onto entries on NAS because ES was way more bullish, hence why I took it on there. So I'm going to go over to ES in a sec, but yeah, I framed a bias on here and then realized ES was way more bullish. We had SMT, the lowest high time frame. So if we go on to ES now, as you can see, this level right here, top ticks TP. and then I trailed my stop loss, and hence the sell here. As you can see, I got filled at the bottom of that candle, and my stop loss was like below here or below here for the propulsion block. But anyways,
Ocean.
yeah, I'm gonna go over the entry here first, and then I'll show you the levels. So the entry was pretty simple. This is also well, this is quite a clean retracement entry. And another thing from Flox's video, which go and join his server if you haven't, is in one of his videos, he mentions when you're inside a high time frame PD array and you expect it to be closed above and push through, you want to see buying and selling offered inside of that PD array. So when you see this move up, then this offered sells, then the move back up, this now indicates a nice place to take an entry from, because we've offered buys and sells within this PD array, and then we've closed above it. So yeah, go and watch his videos for source on that. But essentially, yeah, you want to see buying and selling offered, then the next move up. It's essentially just like it's kind of like a breaker, I suppose. Kind of. It's more of a reclaimed order block. There's loads of terms, but essentially, when we saw buying and selling, then close back above, I then had my dealing range marked out. We then waited for price to come inside of this fair value gap and inside of this order block. This is go and watch Flux's time guide part 3, I believe. He talks about entry types. This is in there, so go and watch that. I then waited, which is something new that I've added, which is a nice confluence. My mate that's already funded uses these off a strategy alone. So yeah, I had the retracement into the dealing range. I had this high probability fair value gap paired with the order block. We tap the order block, and then we get our reversal signature sign, which would be a low, a lower low, and a higher low. So you got, well, technically a higher low, lower low, higher low. It's kind of just how to read lows and highs in the market instead of reading it like one candle, two candle. If you then wait for that third candle just to confirm, so let's say that's one candle actually. So yeah, so instead of saying that this is now your high because you've got a bullish and a bearish candle, if you then wait for a third one, that is like a confirmed kind of low because you've got two next to it either side. So yeah, I watched out for that. As you can see, this should be not revisited anymore. Optimal trade entry for this would be limits on the order block. It's actually short position that, long position that. We just had stops here. We would have got a 7R from limits on the order block, which is pretty clean if you ask me. That's a very beautiful entry. I think that's something that Brannis took, but after we're finished here, we'll talk about his entry because I know he entered. That kind of looks like his entry. But anyways, yeah, we waited for the dealer range to be tapped into.
My entry was a little bit higher up.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit higher up and I got 8R.
On his chart after this. But yeah, we waited for the retracement entry to be offered. Then for extra confluence, we waited for an inverse fair value gap, and as you can see, I had my limits on the top. it came down and literally tapped it perfectly. At this point, my stops were below this low, and targeting higher prices. As soon as we took, as you can see here, as soon as we took this high, because we was kind of chopping around, and the fact that we made an equal high here was not something that I liked. The fact we didn't take it out, I didn't really like that. So as soon as we took it out, I partialed that. And then I moved my stop loss to underneath here. So very nice. Risk cut in half. Well, more than half. And then I just began to take breed price. And you can see we had this down close candle. Closed above it. Tap into it perfectly with the bodies. This is like the best in terms of price action printing. This is beautiful. We had this order. We had this inverse favoriete perfect tapped. Then had this order block perfectly tapped. Look at the bodies on all of this. And I have a live recording of me marking all of this up. I'm going to post that. We then have an order block coming into this order block, meaning the propulsion block. We mark that out like that. Taps again, perfect. What do we then do? Run up. We then use this order block. And then we start rejecting because we hit our top level there. So we're now going to go over the levels and why these levels were marked. Now, this level here is all-time highs. So we were shooting for all-time highs. That was the real draw and liquidity to say. However, we didn't fully come there, and that's absolutely allowed. Remember, draw and liquidity isn't something that it needs to come and get. It's just something to pull price. So if we are going to be bullish, and we've just made the high of the week on Friday, and we're very close to all-time highs, our draw on liquidity, aka our magnet, we're gonna be reaching for all-time highs. It doesn't need to take it, but that's the next target. So let's go over these levels now. We'll go on to, I don't even think it was the daily. I think it was actually the weekly. Wait, let me look. Wait. I swear it was the... Wait. Believe. Got it in the recording. Wait. This is definitely it, bro. There's no way. Let me actually get this on the recording. I swear I literally had... Right, my memory's kind of bad right now. Okay, I think that's what it was. I believe. Let me actually run this recording. That's crazy. How have I forgot? Oh, I don't even have it on NAS. Damn, that's kind of slowed me down. I literally had perfect levels. There's no way it's on the H1. Oh, it is on the H1. Okay, never mind. So, okay, that's why. Yeah, right. I'm bugging. Let me lock in. Let me lock in. So, yeah, that's why I literally forgot to talk about the most important thing. So, like I was saying on NAS before, we had, well, there's literally nothing in the 4 hour. Well, that's not the 4 hour. We had, originally we started on NAS with this H4 imbalance, this H4 imbalance. So we marked that. We also then had this H1 order block, not order block, H1 imbalance refined, and this H1 fair value that's been left open. As you can see, these top levels got hit. which was nice. But if we go on to ES now, if we can see most of my levels came from the H1. These red ones did specifically. So we've got the same levels here. The rest of that, we've got this H1. Now, what I've been doing recently is I've been using the bodies of highs and lows. So after this H1 fair value gap for price to draw to, we'd got there. The next real target, if we're going to come through this with speed, would obviously be this swing high. Now then, the next target after this swing high, the only swing high left is this high right here. So if I had just marked this high, we wouldn't have hit TP and we got stopped out. However, you can break highs and lows into their body close, their wick high, and their consequent encroachment. Right there, as you can see, that lines up perfectly. So what gets hit now? Let's zoom in. This right here is the body open, not body open, body close, first target. What do? We take it. Let's go on to the 1 minute. Now remember this second line, okay? This second line is 50%. And what we know about 50% is a very sensitive area in price. And all I need to do is mark that. This is 50%. This is fractally 50% in every PD array, every high, every low. There's a consequent encroachment of that range. Now, what do we know about it? Well, it's a very sensitive area in price, and it's a price point for price to reverse off of. So what do we perfectly do? If we'd have just had the TP at this high, we would have got, well, we wouldn't have know when to close it out. This right here is the first low hanging fruit. 0.5 is the magic number, the magic source. Now if we literally look straight right here, let's actually put this to blue. If we look straight here, what do? We come up to this swing high, which is what we previously made equal to highs with. Remember, this is the body, no, this is the top body of the only swing high left other than all-time highs. Look at every time we tap it, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs again. Now we made a higher wick, but the body respected it. That's where I got my first partial. Now what is this? What do we know about swing highs and lows? If we're gonna reverse off, then we'll see clear signs, and if not, we'll get a slight retracement. So what do? We came lower into this order block, and what do? We then bounce back up, as we should. Now we come lower, bounce back down, and then bounce back up. What do we tap perfectly? 50% of the second swing high left. There was no other swing highs other than all-time highs, so I used that as a target, got my partials there, and then rode and hit a trailed stop loss. That couldn't be any more perfect. Look at that. This day was gorgeous. This day was so nice. And yeah, I need to re-upload. Well, I've got the recording of me trading this. It was beautiful. As soon as it got filled, we was tape reading price, tape reading price, tape reading price. This was perfect. Honestly, this was so nice. So yeah, this is this needs to be posted. There'll be no audio because there was a TV on. There was a TV on in the background the whole time, which is annoying for you guys to listen to. But yeah, I'm gonna post that because this tape reading was gorgeous. Maybe I'll speed it up like Zeusy does, put some music in the background so you guys can just watch perfect tape reading, man. It was beautiful. But yeah, that was my trade. That was the secret level, which honestly, like, this alone, because sometimes you have TPs that don't get hit, but go back and look, does 50% of your target get hit? Because a lot of the time price doesn't need to come to the top swing point. It can come to 50% and reverse off, especially remembering what time of day was this and what time of the day did I partial this? 11:11. Now what does that mean? What are we inside of? 11 o'clock to 11:14. What is that on a 15-minute chart? Why does it still show executions? What is that on a 15-minute chart? The whole 11 o'clock candle. What times of the day should we print the high of day? Post 10, 10:30, or 11? And if not 11, then 12. Guess what else? This is very basic. $10.50. Where did I get my entry? $10.51. Inside of this inverse fair value gap. Perfectly. And delivers. Where does this entry get tapped? $10.59. What are we still inside of? $10.50 to $11.10 macro. Why do we partial here? Because we've got a new higher day. Post 10. Why do we partial here at 11? Because we've got a new higher day, post 11. Why do we partial here? Because this is our sensitive point in price. I can't speak. Sensitive point in price. And guess what? 11 o'clock. Higher day potential. Stop loss gets moved under here. And then we hit cloud break even. Now for those that don't believe this, I mean there's not really much else I can show other than statements. So as you can see right here, all these match up. Does it say my ticket price? 6, 11, 5. Well, that's actually off. Yeah, that's actually kind of off. Not gonna lie. Why is it not showing me my exact price? Spreads, I suppose, but yeah, it's jarring. I've just said I'm not capping, but it's off by 2 points because spread. Damn. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, you will see that I'm not capping anyways. Oh no, of course I'm not capping. Didn't enter at 50%. I ended here. There you go. But yeah, I'm gonna post that video. It's honestly gorgeous. Like it's probably one of my. It's not my highest R trade. That was also this week, Monday, like a 7R. It's gorgeous. But in terms of tape reading and precision, this is the best like day I've witnessed and been in on. Just because of how perfect everything matched up, everything aligned. I'm gonna end the recording here for my entry. I'm gonna start a new recording for Brannis's entry just because I've yapped a lot on here and I want time dedicated to both. So I'm gonna end this one here for the market review. Hopefully you learned something. Please go and watch Flux's videos. Trust me, they are long, but in every video he drops source and trust me, it's worth it. So yeah, credit to Flux as always. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for my market review. Now I'm gonna re-record for Brannis's. I don't know if you can hear fireworks are going off because we just like that. But yeah, also one for Ando. Look what time this hit. 11:11. That is the wishing hour. Nothing's random. Peace.